Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you right now in the Storm Center, giving you the latest update here on what we're talking about with the rain, with a little bit of storming activity we have pushing through the region. I do want to start with, if you can hear me fine, you know the drill, let me know before we get too underway. While I wait to make sure that you all can hear me, what I will say is we have a lot of rain pushing through the region. Some areas of heavy rain, some thunder and lightning pushing into the region, and we even have some instances of flooding ongoing across parts of the region, which we will get to here in just a second. And I see people can are saying that they can hear me, which is awesome. So this is just a look at the current radar mosaic. Right after 10 o'clock, we're sitting right around 10:08 right now. You can see all of the rain that has slowly been working its way to the east. It's taken a while to get here, but we are now starting to see some of that heavier rain begin to push into the region. Some of the heaviest right now is across parts of Charles and PG County. If you're over towards areas like maybe like Ridge or over towards Lesby, you might be wondering where the heavy rain is, but it is indeed coming. You can see that back out to the west. The severe thunderstorm watch that was posted for our region up until 1 o'clock this tomorrow morning has actually been allowed to expire, or has been canceled early, rather. So that is out of here. And as we were talking about, right around the 4 o'clock update I did in my car, that earlier round of storms that pushed through the region, that was going to help to minimize that severe weather risk. And that highest severe weather and tornado threat was going to be to our south across southern portions of Virginia. And sure enough, they've seen probably a good handful of tornado warnings down there. And on local neck of the woods, we are not seeing that. We have no active warnings or even watches now at this point in terms of severe weather. What we do have, though, are several flood warnings. We have 3 for parts of the region. We have 1 here for northern parts of Anne Arundel, northern parts of PG County, that red shaded area. That's going to be going there until 4 o'clock in the morning. So that really includes areas like Bowie, Annapolis, points north into the Baltimore metro area. We also have an additional flood warning in effect really for the DC metro area, parts of PG County that are right up along the Beltway. That goes until 2:30. And then 1 for our local region here. This is going to be a flood warning for western portions of Charles County, southwestern portions of PG County as well. That will go until 4 o'clock. In all of these instances, we've seen upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain fall in all of these areas. And then additional 1 to 2 inches of rain will be possible for parts of these regions. So really for this Charles County flood warning, the one I really want to kind of focus on, some of the locations that are going to be impacted by this here over the next couple of hours would be Waldorf, La Plata, Port Tobacco, St. Charles, Akakie, Bryan's Road, Brandywine, Mason Neck, Potomac Heights, Pomfret, Port Tobacco Village, Ripley, Welcome, Pittsca, Port Tobacco, Marbury, Ironsides, Risen, Belle Alden, and Faulkner. Those are all going to be some of the locations that are going to be impacted by this. But really, as we head forward here over the next several hours, we will see these areas of heavy rain. You can see the deep reds that are showing up with this, and this is a long line that's gradually working its way here to the north and east. So this will push in through much of almost all of St. Mary's County, and I would probably say all of St. Mary's County, all of Calvert County, all of Anne Arundel County. This will be pushing through. I do think we see clearing probably as we head between about 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I think we probably have a few residual showers left over as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. But I think by and large, we're going to be sitting okay for the morning commute. That threat, again, of severe weather and of tornadoes is definitely decreasing, and that was really helped to be pushed down with that earlier round of storms we saw in our region. Many, and actually all of our weather models showed that area of storminess dying down before it reached us. And had that indeed died down, we would have a decent amount of instability in our region, and we'd have a lot of shear to work with to really help to promote the severe weather potential this evening. But nevertheless, that's kind of been diminished a little bit thanks to that, which is great news. We don't want to deal with severe weather, but we don't want to deal with it, especially at night when it's really hard to try to get the message out about warnings, and it's hard for you to kind of see what's going on. But we will continue to watch this. Again, if we put radar in motion here just over the last 2 hours, you can see how slow this wall of water is moving. In the last 2 hours, it has moved maybe from I-95 to now about 301. That's, relatively speaking, not a long distance for these squall lines to move, and it's taken about 2 hours for it to move. I call that, about 30, 40 miles. So we will be looking at heavy rain throughout the rest of the evening. I think we're probably going to be talking about the heaviest rain for much of our region between about now and about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. It will die down earlier the further east you live. So if you're over towards Indian Head, you have the heavy rain now. It's probably not as heavy as it was probably about half an hour, 45 minutes ago. Still heavy though, but it should begin to die down for you probably by about 11. I'd actually probably say about 11:30, 12 o'clock. We're over towards parts of southern St. Mary's County, southern parts of Calvert County, and some of our Bayside locations. And this probably won't die down for you probably until about 1, 2, 3 in the morning with those residual showers ongoing. On the big screen, on the bigger picture, you can see these green shaded areas. These are flash flood watches. What we have going on is our weather system that's moving to our northwest is transferring its energy to the coast and helping to form the season's first nor'easter. That's going to be sticking around for parts of the northeast for the next couple of days, producing plenty of heavy rain, gusty winds, and coastal flooding. So if you have any interest really from about northeastern Maryland, so about Cecil County points north and east up through the Philadelphia area, New York, and into southern parts of New England. Do keep that in mind. Through about Wednesday, you're probably going to be looking at heavy rain over there. We shouldn't see the heaviest rain in our region from that as we head forward. This, again, is going to be our season's first nor'easter. And if you think about nor'easters in the winter, when they bring parts of the northeast a lot of snow, even areas like coastal New Jersey get a lot of snow, but we don't see much of anything because the moisture just is too far up to the north and east. It's going to be that exact same type of setup. Sure, we could see rain showers throughout the day tomorrow. I don't think they're going to be widespread. I don't think they'll be heavy. I really think the majority of our rain's going to be falling tonight. And if you were to think of this back to like over the winter, our first winter storm, we saw those residual snow bands moving through for like 2 or 3 days, and I was constantly posting about winter weather advisories. I don't know if you remember that. That was back at the end of January, beginning of February. It'd be almost the same setup as this slowly tries to meander around the northeast coastline and then heads out to sea. It might acquire some tropical characteristics. If it does, it would be named Wanda, but I know that's going to be pushing out to sea. But then we have another round of rain set to move through the region as we head through really like Thursday, the second half of Thursday into the first half of Friday for you. But I will have more details on that tomorrow. But we will continue to watch all of this. And I do see one comment, Carolyn saying, big boom in the village in Mechanicsville. I live in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, so I have to like switch back and forth between that. But as we zoom in, we really zoomed in. You can see actually where your radar's picking up, where you just had lightning over there in Mechanicsville and in Hughesville. And I'm sure throughout Charles, northern parts of St. Mary's County, you're probably hearing the thunder and lightning out there. But again, we'll continue to watch this. No active severe weather warnings. The only real warning we have in our local region would be this flood warning here for western parts of Charles County. This heavy rain, though, will propagate its way over to the east. So do be aware in Calvert and St. Mary's counties tonight, you could be looking at flooding. You could see a quick 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. And as this line of rain is just slowly moving to the east, it's really going to allow for that water to pond on area roads. I wouldn't expect a super high impact on tomorrow morning's commute where we're talking about lots of flooded roadways. But you could definitely be looking at that, especially for our Bayside locations that are going to be seeing the rain showers linger a little bit longer. But just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on the radar, but I don't suspect we'll need to do another one of these updates tonight. And I don't want to say this will be the last update until winter because I'm sure we'll have more weather in the meantime. But this will probably be the last update for this evening. And I am beginning to work on my winter forecast. It's crazy to think we're already at winter again. So I'll have a date for that probably sometime this week. It'll be coming out within the first couple of weeks of November. I like to try to get those out before my birthday on November 21st because to me that really signifies the start of the colder weather season. But be on the lookout for that. That'll be fun. We'll see. This winter, I think, is going to be another one that gives me plenty of headaches. But let's just deal with the rain now, and we'll deal with the snow later. I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me right now, and I'll continue to keep you updated on the latest. And again, keep it tuned here to JB, whether on Facebook, on Twitter, on the website, on YouTube, and all of the links there on the sidebar or in the information section on whatever platform you're watching this on. Have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned right here.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.